Hello guys, welcome to my second video, and today we are going to talk about primitives. Soon is going to be like a real modeling, but before, let's talk about those things that go before actual modeling. So, primitives. Why do we need them and what we can do with them? So if you look on the right side right here, we have this button. It's a geometry, standard primitives, and we have a couple types of them. So let's take a look. Let's choose the box, and here we can see all the options for a box. We have length, width, height, and amount of segments. So let's create this one with default settings. So base, and voila, we have our box. As we can see here, we have numbers for all sides. If we change them here, you can see that it's actually changing. So let's put here, for example, 50, 50, and 50. And below we can see we have one segment for each side. If we change this one, we can see it's actually changing. So we have right now 3 segments here and one here, one here. So let's change it to 3, all of them. So this shape represents a actual box with 3 segments on each side. After we can convert this one for editable object, and we can use it for our modeling. But for now, let's just see what else we can create. So we have also here sphere, which is also it has some parameters like radius. We can change here, and number of segments is 32. So changing this one, we have different look of our sphere. Let's say we want not a whole sphere, but hemisphere, just a half of this one. If we have right now 0, so it means it's a full sphere. If we put 1, it disappears because it's all cut it. But let's put 0.5, and boom, we have half sphere. So nice. We have 2 primitives. Let's take a look on the next one, cylinder. It's also obvious. We have a radial base, and we have, okay, let's take a look. Again, radius, which is obvious, and height, which is also obvious. And we have 5 segments right here. We can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if we change it, we can see it's actually changing. Which is this one. Okay, let's take a look on the sides. So sides, it's amount of edges around our cylinder. We have 18. Now we can change it. We can make it less. Let's see what's going to happen if we put 4. Okay, 4. So we have basically same shape as our box. Anyway, let's increase again for 18 or 20, whatever. Which one is this one? Cap segments. Right now, as we can see, it has a cap from both sides, and let's change it for 2, and you can see what's happening. We have additional cap with additional edges, which is very useful, and I will show you guys why and how we can use it later on. But right now, let's take a look on other primitives. We have a plane, which is also an important one. It's just a plane, nothing more. We have length, width, same numbers as usual, and number of segments. 4, 1, 3, 2, doesn't matter. This one is also very useful, and I will show you guys why we need it in probably next videos. But let's go back to our primitives. What do we have here? Cone, cone, Cone is also obvious. What is cone and why and how it looks. So radius, bottom radius, top radius, height, amount of segments, and cap segments, all same. It's kind of close to cylinder. And so let's put it here, and let's check another one. Tube. What is tube? We have a cylinder with a two radius on the base, and boom. So in fact, it's the same cylinder with a different shape. If you need something like a looking like a tube, but honestly, this one is not very useful. So let's take a look on other torus. It's like a circle with a couple different radiuses. So we have radius 1, we have radius 2. Obvious, nothing complicated. We have a amount of segments, and we have sides. It's kind of similar to cylinder. We can also do slice, so we have not a full circle, but just some amount. See? Nothing complicated actually. And from this side as well. Okay, next one. Let's take a look on a cone. Cone. Oh, we already look on a cone. Sorry. Okay, tube, geosphere. Geosphere is nothing interesting. It's the same sphere, but it contains not a. If you take a look on this sphere, it has a like four-sided polygons, like quads. This one has only triangles. So let's put them. Okay, let's change the selection tool and put those couple primitives on a side. And sphere probably also on a side. And take a look what else we have. Pyramid, which is also obvious what we're going to have. It's just a pyramid. Also, we can change number of segments, and nothing pretty complicated. The last one, probably, we have teapot. If you create this object, you will see just a teapot. Why do we need it? We actually don't need it at all, because that model was created in the beginning in the first versions of 3ds-Max just to test for test purposes, and when developers, they don't want to waste a lot of time to making complicated objects, they just use the teapot and that's it. So it has no use at all. So let's delete this one by pressing delete key. Okay, let's expand this one to the bigger view and take a look. So right now we have a couple primitives. What we can say about them? Box. It's one of the most, so those three objects, primitive objects, they most useful. Box, we're using as a base shape for creating all our box and box looking objects as a beginning by defining amount of edges, amount of loops, all the stuff. Same with a cylinder. It's when we're going to model our cannon, you will see how useful this one can be, and it's a really good point to start making a lot of your models. Same with plane. Plane is not so obvious why you can need it, but from this one you can start to build your organic shapes looking objects. I also will show you all the process later on. And sphere, it's not so useful, but sometimes, because same shape of a sphere we can get from a cylinder by playing with those edges. And also I will show you what's going on in next video. So for now, those three are basics: cylinder, plane, box. Sphere is not so useful. Let's delete this one. And those objects, they basically have no use at all. It's hard to me to imagine like when we going to need a pyramid, because it's easy to make from a cylinder, from a box. Let's delete this one. Same story with this figure. This object is similar to a cylinder. We can delete it. Delete, delete, delete. Same this one. It's basically same one as a cylinder. So we don't need it. This geosphere, we don't need it. Again, cone, we don't need it. And this one, sometimes maybe it might have some usage for us when we're going to create like a chain or some kind of rings, but not a big use from that one. Okay, so let's delete this one, and we have only our three basic primitives. We're going to work with them, and we're going to use them a lot, especially cylinder and box. Those two base primitives we're going to use in our every project, and I believe you're going to use them for creating your own models, and you will see why we need them and how to use them. Okay, so probably we have to finish on this video, and in the next video we're going to play with box and the cylinder, and it's going to be introduction for actual modeling. We're going to work with edges, polygons, and vertices. So thank you for your attention, and see you in the next video. Bye.